Everyone is looking for this recipe. Chicken recipe perfect for dinner. To start our recipe, I will start cutting 2 chicken breasts into pieces. Next, I will put in a container and add a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper, a tablespoon of vinegar, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, and I will also add an egg, and then I will stir everything very well. After, add a cup of cornstarch and stir again until all the pieces are breaded. Now in a pan, we will put enough oil to fry our chickens. And before I forget, tell me which city you watch so I can send you a special hug. Today's hug goes to Gabriel Lee Reese from Chicago. I'm glad you're enjoying our recipes. When our chickens are at this point equally on all sides, we will remove from the pan. In another pan, we will put 100 milliliters of water and boil. And add 2 tablespoons of tomato extract, a tablespoon of vinegar, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, and then I will stir and cook for 2 minutes. Teach your friend who likes chicken, I'm sure he will love it. Now in another pan, I will put olive oil and half a red bell pepper, half green bell pepper, both cut into cubes. I'll put a chopped onion, 2 cloves of chopped garlic, and mix until sautéed. Now add our previously made sauce. This recipe has become routine here at home. I'm sure as soon as you try it, it will become routine in your home as well. After mixing our ingredients, cook for 2 minutes. Next, I will mix a tablespoon of cornstarch in 100 milliliters of water and add in our recipe. I bet the result will surprise you. Mix again and then place our fried chickens previously and stir again. This has become one of my favorite recipes since the first time I tried it. Now I can't stop doing it. That done, our recipe is ready. Look what a delight that was. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Thank you so much for watching this video so far. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. A butcher taught me that secret and I didn't believe him. For today's recipe, we will need 600 g of pork rib and we will cut it this way. Now in a pan, I will put olive oil. This recipe impresses everyone who repeats it at home. Put our pork ribs in the pan and cook over low heat. Add a teaspoon of salt and also half a teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of black pepper, and a teaspoon of onion powder. Do not forget to always observe and turn our ribs to cook equally in all parts. And before I forget, tell me which city you watch so I can send you a special hug. Today's hug goes to Evelyn Passos from Woodland. I'm glad you're enjoying our recipes. Now in another pan, I will put a tablespoon of butter and spread it to melt. I will also add 3 cloves of chopped garlic and stir a lot. I'm sure the result will surprise you. Next, I will add 2 tablespoons of tomato extract, 2 tablespoons of vinegar, and also a tablespoon of soy sauce, a tablespoon of mustard, and finally, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and I will mix again until our ingredients are at that point. Now on a foil, I will put an onion cut into slices, this way. And then I will put the ribs on the onion. Teach your friend who likes ribs, I'm sure he'll love them. Using a cooking brush, I will pass our sauce over our recipe. I'll wrap our recipe with foil and take it to a pan. This has become one of my favorite recipes since the first time I tried it. Now I can't stop doing it. I'll cover the pan and let it cook for 15 minutes. After a while, very carefully, we will unwrap our recipe. That done, our recipe is ready. Look what a delight that was. It's a simply amazing and delicious recipe. Make it at home and then come back here to tell me what you think. This recipe has become routine here at home. I'm sure as soon as you try it, it will become routine in your home as well. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Thank you so much for watching this video so far. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. I mixed coffee with eggs and made this delicious dessert. To start our recipe, I will add a cup of sugar in a frying pan and stir until the sugar melts into a caramel. This way it is getting. Then add half a cup of water gradually, so that the caramel becomes a more diluted syrup. I will keep stirring so that our caramel does not burn. This point is very important. Next, I will pass our caramel syrup to a pan, and with the help of a spatula, I will spread our caramel syrup throughout the pan. This way I'm doing. This has become one of my favorite desserts since I first made it. Now, I will add 7 eggs in a blender. I will also add 2 tablespoons of soluble coffee and 400 milliliters of condensed milk. I have no doubt that this recipe will impress you. I myself was impressed after tasting it the first time. Finally, I will add a spoonful of vanilla essence, and then I will turn on the blender and let it beat until all the ingredients are mixed very well. I doubt you've made a dessert like this before. Now I will pass our recipe for the pan with the caramel syrup, and then I will cover with a foil. And before I forget, tell me which city you're watching so I can send you a special hug. Today's hug goes to Ronnie Lucas from Texas. I'm glad you're enjoying our recipes. Then, in a larger container that can go to the oven, I will put our mold and then add water until it is covering half of our mold. I'm sure you and your family will love this recipe. Do it at your house and then tell me what you think. I'm gonna take our recipe to the oven at 180 degrees for an hour. Now our recipe is ready. See how we can make an easy and delicious recipe with few ingredients. I have no doubt that you will come back here to thank me for teaching you how to make this amazing recipe. This homemade coffee pudding is much better than those you find in many bakeries and restaurants. I'm sure your friends and family will want to know all the details of how to make this wonderful coffee pudding. Whenever I make this pudding at home, there is nothing so delicious that it stays. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Thank you so much for watching this video so far. I see you in the next video. Bye! Do you have potatoes at home? Make this delicious dinner in a few minutes. In a pan, I will put 5 potatoes cut, then I will cover with water, and I will add 1 teaspoon of salt and wait until our potatoes are cooked. Now, I'm going to cut 230 grams of slices of ham into small cubes. That way I'm doing. Then, I will cut a whole onion into thin slices. I have no doubt that this recipe will impress you. Next, in a frying pan, I will add a little olive oil and add all our ham. I will stir to sauté a little. You've never tasted a recipe as tasty as this. Now I will add all the slices of onion and I will sauté again until all the onions are golden. I'm sure you and your family will love this recipe. Do it at your house and then tell me what you think. In another pan, I will add 2 tablespoons of butter. I will stir until all the butter is melted. Then, I will add 2 tablespoons of wheat flour and stir until the wheat flour incorporates all the butter, getting this way here. Now, I will add 2½ cups of milk. I will put gradually and stirring until everything is very creamy. And before I forget, tell me which city you're watching so I can send you a special hug. Today's hug goes to Diane Moose from Mississippi. I'm glad you're enjoying our recipes. Finally, I will add a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper, and a teaspoon of oregano. I will stir again until all seasonings add flavor to our white sauce. Now in a form, I will put the boiled potatoes, the ham already braised with onions. This recipe is perfect to escape the routine with a differentiated dinner. Finally, I will put all the white sauce on top of all the ingredients. I'll put some mozzarella on top of the whole recipe. Guys, just for the ingredients you already know that the recipe will look amazing. Finally, I will take to the preheated oven for 30 minutes. Now our recipe is ready. Look how delicious our potato roast turned out. I'm sure you'll want to make it every day. Enjoy and tell me if you have any different recipe using potatoes, ham and onions. I would love to know. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Thank you so much for watching this video so far. I see you in the next video. Bye! Dessert with only 2 ingredients. To start our recipe, I will start adding 80 grams of strawberry gelatin and 3 cups of water in a container. Then I will stir everything very well with the help of a utensil. Best of all is that this recipe is adaptable. I'm using the taste of strawberry, but you can use what you like best. Done this, I will add 800 grams of heavy cream in a blender. And before I forget, tell me which city you're watching so I can send you a special hug. Today's hug goes to Alexander ACA from Serbia. I'm glad you're enjoying our recipes. Now I will add the mixture I made earlier. This recipe will surprise you. Now I will cover and beat everything very well so that all the ingredients are mixed. This recipe is simply amazing and delicious. Make it at your house and then come back here to tell me what you think. This recipe has become routine here at home. I'm sure it will become routine in your home as well, once you taste it. Now I'll get a container. And then I'll transfer our mix. Tell me if you have any different dessert recipe. I would love for you to tell me. Now I will take to the fridge for 2 hours. After the time is ready, our recipe, look how beautiful it was. Now just serve and enjoy this delight. Has become one of my favorite recipes since the first time I tried it. Now I can't stop doing it. My friends always ask me to teach how to make this recipe, so amazing that the result is. I will put some topping on top, but this part is optional. You can put other things of your preference. People, I love this recipe. I'm sure you and all your family will like it too. I do it myself every weekend, and when I do nothing, my family loves it and asks me to do it forever. Is an amazing recipe, quick, easy, goes few ingredients, and best of all, it's delicious. There's no reason for you not to do it in your home. Here I will put some honey, because it is also delicious. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Thank you so much for watching this video so far. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.